Skid steers are versatile machines on any job site. They're compact and mobile, getting into places where larger equipment cannot fit. They also use a wide range of attachments, from buckets to brooms, augers, forks, and grapples. This means skid steers can be used to move earth, remove snow, and process waste and recyclable materials. They can even be outfitted with tracks that improve their traction. That means they can work in multiple conditions, inside and outside. Skid steers can do a tremendous amount of work in the hands of a skilled operator. However, they can also do a great amount of damage and cause injury if not handled with care and respect. What they do is up to one person, the operator. Before moving in reverse, don't forget about that extensive blind area behind your machine. Get in the habit of checking to see if anyone or anything is behind your machine before beginning your backup. Be sure to utilize the backup camera or mirrors while continuing to look around your machine for anything in your path. To move in reverse on this machine, ease both joystick controllers backward. Remember, if you do not hear your backup alarm, stop immediately. When you're working on busy job sites and around machines with blind spots, it should appear as if your head is on a swivel. Constantly be aware of your surroundings. Shoulder checking is a real pain in the neck, but a necessary and unavoidable part of performing your job safely. It's a good operating practice to, whenever possible, avoid backing up. It's better to turn the machine around and drive forward. Let's look at two types of turns, a gradual turn and a counter-rotational 180-degree turn. A gradual turn is just like its name. You'll make a slow turn with gradual movements of the controls in the proper direction. Bringing the controls back to the neutral position will allow the machine to stop due to hydrostatic braking. Gradual turns are always preferred over sharper pivot or counter-rotational turns for the simple reason that they cause less tire wear and limit damage to the working surface. They're also safer, especially in high-traffic, congested areas where a faster pivot turn may catch someone off guard. When you plan your route, try including more gradual turns to minimize the negative aspects of the more severe pivot-type turns. In order to get full, even loads in the bucket should squarely enter the pile or dig face. In other words, the corners of the bucket should contact the pile at the same time. You do this by setting an angle of approach that allows you to come in square to the dig face. As the corners enter the material, the bucket is evenly filled across the width of the bucket. Imagine that you are trying to push material all the way into the rear corners of the bucket. Once the material reaches the back of the bucket, raise the lift arms and curl the bucket to prevent spillage. A common mistake beginners make is they curl the bucket too soon. This restricts forward movement because now the machine is pushing the bottom of the bucket into the material rather than letting the bucket cutting edge slice into the material. Don't curl the bucket until it has penetrated deeply into the pile and the back of the bucket is filled. If you encounter hard material and can't seem to get the bucket to fill, raise and lower the cutting edge slightly as you penetrate the material. This knifing action will help you loosen the pile. When the bucket fills, curl it, look behind you, and back up. If the rear of the machine tips up when loading, it means the material is extremely hard, or you have exceeded the machine's tipping point. If you feel the rear of the machine lifting off the ground, you should carefully lower the lift arms until the rear of the machine is back on the ground, and then back up to try again, this time taking less of a bite. The keys to digging or excavating with the skid steer are to make a series of shallow slicing actions rather than try to scoop out a big load in one pass. Move forward while tilting the cutting edge down until it just begins to cut into the material. Keep moving forward as the bucket fills. Raise the cutting edge if you bog down or begin to spin your tires or tracks. If you are cutting into hard material, you may need to tilt the bucket up and down a bit in order to help knife into the material.